All right, welcome everybody. Thank you all for joining us today. Wanted to jump in today and really talk about our comp plan. I know some of you got an email yesterday from Prime My Body regarding the comp plan, basically talking about how things that they announced back in June are going to go into play this month. And so I got some questions hit up yesterday, and so I wanted to figure it would be a perfect time to just kind of recap a comp plan training. There's some good videos in the back office. There's some good things, but I know a lot of it, because we have a lot of different ways we get paid. I know sometimes there is definitely some confusion. So wanted to really go through the comp plan fully and yeah, just kind of get you guys up to speed on what we have and all things comp. Because we have a bunch of people on, I'm going to keep everybody muted for right now. If you have questions, write them down, and then we'll address them at the end if you don't mind. That way we can kind of get through it. I know a couple of people are on a tight schedule today, and they wanted to get as much information out as we can as quick as possible, and then we can come back and address questions. And I've done this enough that hopefully I won't miss anything, and hopefully I'll explain it clear enough. There definitely will be some questions for sure, always is, because I never do it perfect, but hopefully it will be enough to get you. Okay, so you should see my screen with the rewards plan. If not, shoot me a message, but you should see the rewards plan pulled up here. We get paid, I think, 7, 8 different ways with this compensation plan. Okay, we're going to go through every piece of them, but then I'm also going to go back and say what's really important for you right now, what you really have to focus on to maximize it, because there's a lot of different things that go into it, but it's like the 80-20 rule. 20% of it is really what leads to all the other parts of it, okay? And so we'll focus on that. We'll go through it all, but we'll definitely focus on that. Definitely go through this, and then also go through the rewards section of your back office. And I'll jump on and go through that when we get done with this PDF. That's the best way to learn it, is just by getting into it. Start building your team, start sponsoring customers and affiliates, and then seeing where all the money's coming from back in the rewards section. But first and foremost, customers. Customers are the foundation of our company, of our business. We love customers. So many times customers is where we get a lot of our testimonials from, our stories. But also a lot of times our customers turn into our future affiliates because they see the value of this product. So a retail customer is someone that purchases it at the retail price. With the oil, the retail price on our oil is $150. Okay, so you get paid the difference between retail and wholesale. So with the oil that we're talking about mostly today, you would make $30. The retail price is $149. The wholesale price is $119. So you make a $30 commission. Now, I don't do many retail customers. I don't think we have a lot of them on the team. Those are mostly for somebody that says, hey, I want to try it once. Don't want to get on an auto ship. I always tell them, say, hey, on the auto ship, you can pause it. You can cancel it anytime. But you'll still get some people that say, hey, I just want to purchase it retail this first time. That's normally what that is. Preferred customers are people that get on auto shipment. Now, we have the auto shipment feature in the back office. There's some good training in the back office. If you click on My Prime Life HQ at the top left, and then you click Resources in your back office, you'll see a video on setting up people on the auto shipment. But with preferred customer pricing, we have a very aggressive customer acquisition bonus. We call it CAB for short, okay, where you get 25%. Okay, so on a $119 bottle, you're going to earn about $30 as a first-time, one-time bonus. Now, most of your customers are going to become preferred customers because of the savings, because of that huge savings that we get, the 20% savings. Okay, but definitely let them know this is not something that it's a contract. It's you can pause, cancel anytime at all whatsoever, but they just are agreeing that we're going to ship that bottle out to them monthly. And because of that, we're going to reward them with a loyalty discount, basically. Okay. Now, after that first month, you can also generate other commissions, residual commissions, as they go on month 2, month 3, month 4. So they're going to take that order, and 50% of the dollar amount will go into your team building rewards, the TBR part of our comp plan, which is the binary part of our comp plan. That will always go on your pay leg, which we'll discuss that here in just a second. So you'll get points from your customers, but you also get residual rewards for your customers. And we'll go over those here in a second as well. So ongoing, you can make some other commissions every time they go order. This is what I love about this industry. It's what I love about this product and this company, is that you can do an activity one time And that can continue paying you month after month after month after month. And that's why we have a discount for our preferred customers, because that's what really drives our whole model. Okay, so the customer acquisition bonus, then you'll get points that go into TBR and residual rewards ongoing for all your preferred customers that you come in. Yeah. The next thing is fast builder rewards. Now, this CAB bonus for preferred customers and fast start builder rewards, these are built to get you upfront money, get you paid quickly, get things rolling in your business as fast as possible. My goal when I bring someone new into the business is to get them get their money back as quick as possible. Okay, 100%. Which how you do that with the fast builder rewards is you sponsor 4 people. Okay, if I come into the premium pack and bring in 4 people at the premium pack, okay, with my 25% fast builder rewards, I'm going to make all that money back. And so it's really important for me to let the new person know that that 25% bonus, that getting to 4 as fast as possible, is going to be huge to really set the platform for them to launch their business. Okay, so 25% upfront bonus on the fast start builder rewards. What you'll see with our comp plan is there's a bunch of ways we get paid, but it really kind of broken down into 3 sections. Okay, the upfront money. This is the CAB bonus, the fast start builder rewards. This is to get money in your hands as quick as possible. The next thing we're going to talk about is team building rewards, and this is the core, the main part of our compensation plan. This is where the majority of your money will come over time. Okay, that happens second. It takes a little bit to get that going, to start seeing commissions from there. And then the back end, our residual, which is our residual rewards, which is our check match that we have, takes a little bit longer to mature to where you start seeing some really great rewards from that, but can lead to some amazing commissions. And that's that back end residual pay that we're talking about. So great piece. I love that we have the upfront, we have the core, and we also have the residual rewards. And it really rewards the people that go out and build a strong, stable business. Okay, so fast start building rewards, it's important to get your 4 and let your new affiliates know the exact same thing as fast as possible. So team building rewards, this is the core of our comp plan. Okay, and I'm going to probably switch back and forth and maybe do a little whiteboard so you guys can understand, but I'm going to explain it first. And so TBR stands for team building rewards. I also refer this as the binary. Why I say binary is because we build 2 legs. We have your right leg and we have your left leg. And I try to do it like this so it looks correct to you guys on the screen. So you have your right leg and you have your left leg. Okay. That's why it's binary, two different legs. Now, every time you bring someone in the business, you have to put them either on your right leg or on your left leg. Okay. You voluntarily do that. When we get through the PDF, I'll show you where to go select that, but you have to pick that to be qualified in the team building rewards, the TBR. You have to have one personally sponsored active affiliate on your right, one personally sponsored active affiliate on your left. Okay, so you see here requirements are active and qualified. Okay, active means that you have to have a personal bottle. Okay, an order of at least $100 of product in a given 30 days. But that doesn't have to be you. It can be you or a personal customer. So if you sign up a preferred customer and they go order for the next 12 months, well, then you're active for the next 12 months. The key is you just have to make sure that you are active. Okay. So, I mean, I get my ADO. We use a couple bottles a month at my house because my daughters use a squirt at night to help her sleep. I use, I use squirts. My wife does. So I have my auto ship set up for 2 bottles. Some need 1, and there's some people that need less than 1. But that's why we made it either or. You could either be you have a bottle or a customer. Okay. So active is different than qualified. Qualified means that you have a personal sponsor affiliate on your right that's active and a personally sponsored affiliate on your left that's active. Okay. Once you have that, you're qualified to get paid in this part of the comp plan. You have to be active to get paid in these other parts of the comp plan, the fast start builder rewards and the preferred customers. You have to be active and qualified for the TBR. Okay. So get to 2 as fast as possible. What happens with that is that every point that come in, every dollar sold comes in, we get 50% of those dollar amount actually goes into the binary, into the TBR. Okay. So if you sponsor somebody on your right and they sponsor somebody, and they sponsor somebody, and they sponsor somebody, all those points, they take 50% of those, and those go in towards your points that is going to eventually create you commission. Okay. Same thing on your left leg. When you sponsor somebody and they do, all those points come in at 50% of the purchase price, and those go as reward points into the compensation plan. Once you have 200 points on your right, 200 points on your left, it generates a $20 commission. Okay, so you make 10% of what I call your lesser leg. So what I mean by that, we make 10% of what's on our smaller leg. Okay. And people are like, well, what about all this volume over here? That's my big leg. What's so cool about our comp plan is we don't have a flush, a volume flush, meaning that volume there that is excess, it goes into your balance, basically to your bank. And so when you match those rewards on your other leg, that creates commission. Okay, so you may have 1 week where your right leg's bigger than your left leg, and the next week where your left leg's bigger than your right leg. That's not going to hurt you at all. It's still going to generate commissions. But every 200 left, 200 right, whether it's from new business or from balance carried over, generates a $20 commission. Okay, so it's important to get to 2 as fast as possible. Then the goal is 4. The goal is 4 because that gets your money back with the Fast Start Builder rewards. But within the team building rewards section, you'll see right here, your reward points will go from 50% to 80% of the product purchase price. This is a 60% bump in commissions, a 60% raise. Okay. When was the last time you had a 60% raise at your job? Okay. I don't know if there's such a thing. You'll get reward points that will go from 50% to 80%. So for simple math, when you get 2, if there's a $100 purchase price, $50 goes into the compensation plan. When you have 4, okay, $80 goes in the compensation plan. Okay. So a huge bump in price. So get to 4, get your money back as long as they're buying the same pack that you did. And then having 4 also gets you to max out the binary part of the compensation plan. Okay. It's very, very important. You'll be very, very happy. And those 4, they have to be active and qualified. Okay. And then personally sponsored to be awarded that. So we talked about 200. Here's an example. If an affiliate has 1,000 reward points on your left and 400 reward points on the right, and they're active and qualified, they will cycle twice to earn $40 of commissions. Okay. And what that would happen would mean that you would then have a $600 balance, okay, left on your left team. So they would go to the balance, they would go to your bank per se, and they'd be accumulated. So as soon as something happens on the right team, then that would generate commissions. Okay. So you want to keep them as balanced as possible. Let me tell you this right now, it's impossible. You'll never keep them truly balanced. People say, well, I don't want to have a breakaway leg or a leg that just, goes crazy. You most definitely do. When you have a big, strong leg, that gives you a huge advantage because then you can go and focus on one leg, which means you maximize your commission. So we want to feed the legs. We want to build them as much as possible so they start, duplicating and working amongst themselves. That's a huge advantage. And so if that happens, you're like, oh my goodness, like I have this big leg. You're like, oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Okay. That does happen. But your goal is to keep them as balanced as possible. Now, when placing people, we'll go through that in the back office with some strategy. But you're going to want to place people normally where your lesser leg is. And I'll show you how to find that out. Okay. And then the other philosophy is I personally always place people bottom left or bottom right. Okay. The reason that is that actually helps a lot more people have success here. And I'll go over that here in a little bit when we actually go through the placement part of it. But the biggest thing is get to 2, get to 4, and then help your people do the exact same thing. Just make sure that they're active and you'll be qualified in the binary and they'll be building towards getting qualified as well to earn this part of the compensation plan. Okay. Now I'm going to stop this for a second and just do this. Okay, so I'm never perfect at this, but I'm just going to try. So just as an example, here would be your right leg and your left leg, okay? So when you have, and these ones that are filled in, these are going to be your personally sponsored. Okay, so you got to have 1 on each leg, 1 on your left and 1 on your right that are personally sponsored. When that happens, you get 50% that goes into the compensation plan, okay? So every time any of these people come in an order, whether it's a new pack, whether it's a auto shipment, whatever it is, 50% points goes into the tree, okay? Let's say that you had this leg over here and this one really takes off. And as you're getting your 4, let's say you have your 3 over here and your 4 over here. This would qualify you to max out the binary to get 80%. Okay, so this would mean that anytime you get to this 4 and they're all active and you have 4 personally sponsored, well, now 80% on everything that comes in from that point moving forward goes into the compensation plan, so you get your 60% bonus. The biggest key is you just need to make sure that those that you have personally sponsored are active, which means they have at least an order of $100 or more, or have a customer that has $100 or more. And I'll show you in the back office where to go check that. Okay, so as you come look, you want to see and go place, bottom left, bottom right. And as these people come in down here on their leg, you get points for that as well too. So it's very powerful, the leverage that you can create with this compensation plan with simply just building 2 legs, okay? And go back to the comp plan. Like I said before, if you do have questions, write them down. We'll address those at the end. I just wanted to get through this for people that have to jump off, okay? So one of the main reasons we wanted to jump on today is regarding this slide right here. Paul made an announcement yesterday that they announced this compensation plan, the core of it. They've tweaked it a little bit since then, but the core of it back in June, okay? And he put out an email yesterday that they're actually going to implement it. They have not implemented it. He basically has been really lenient on it because of the merchant stuff that we had, just basically some of the growing pains that we had this last year. Now a lot of that's established. We have 24 to 48 hour shipping with our products. We have the live chat that's now live, and I'm going to show you guys that here in a second as well. A lot of those things are definitely worked out. And so he's going to actually implement the compensation plan that they announced back in June, which you'll really like it. There's some really good pieces to it that you can really build a very long residual income. So when I talk to people, I always say, what is your goal to make monthly? And so if someone says, Nick, if I could make $2,500 a month, like, I would be ecstatic. And so I say, okay, your goal is to build to this gold structure, okay? If your goal is 2,500. Now, here's what's so cool about our comp plan is that many times, and not many times, you will make more than $2,500 a month when you hit this rank. But what this rank does is it makes it so your business is very stable, and it's going to carry on that money residually month after month after month after month. So Paul implemented this rank advancement thing to help you build stability, to build a long-term business, okay? So with gold, the requirements for you to hit the rank of gold, okay, you see TBR per month. So this means what you earn with just the TBR part of the compensation plan, the binary part of the compensation plan would equal $2,500, okay? So that means if you're making 10% of your lesser leg, then you'd have to have 25,000 points in your right leg, 25,000 points in your left leg at minimum, okay? And so your goal is basically to go build an organization that would get to 50,000 points to hit this rank with this part of it. Now the group volume, and I'll talk a little bit more about this here on the next slide, but the group volume is 25,000. Group volume, what that is volume that comes from you, from your personally sponsored affiliates, then and on down, okay? So what does not include in the group volume is spillover. So let's say that you got sponsored by great sponsor, Marshall and Brenda, for example. They're one of our top recruiters on our team. And you came into their business and they kept putting people underneath you, okay? So that counts towards your TBR. You're going to earn lots of commissions off of there. It just does not go towards your group volume. Your group volume is you, who you've personally sponsored, and then on down. And with group volume, the one thing with group volume is that we have a requirement down here in the bottom that with group volume, they cannot take more than 40% from one specific sponsored affiliate. So what I mean by that, and I'll explain that a little bit more in the next slide, but we build 2 legs, okay? What they're referring to here when they say leg, they're referring to a personally sponsored affiliates group. Okay, so all this means is that you need to build at least 3 teams, 3 different teams, 3 different affiliates out to where they're actually building. Why they do that is that he wants to help you build stability long-term. Let's say you have 2 really strong leaders that you get in, and you can make really great money. But if this person let's say there's a life event that happens, like my wife and I, we had a baby 4 months ago, and life happens, or things go that you still have some other stuff, other pockets of your business happening. It's a really, really great benefit when you have 3 or 4 or 5 different groups that are building and having success. It really builds stability. So that's the point that's there. There's a customer requirement. These are preferred customers. You got to have 4 customers at the gold rank, and then personally sponsored affiliates. You see that 6 is required, and then down below you see 4 and 2. That means you got to have at least 2 in one of your legs. So if you do have a big leg or a power leg, 2 of those, or 2 of your 6 have to be in that leg, just to help create balance and help keep building your organization out. So whatever you want to make, shoot this to be your goal and start building towards this structure, okay? You'll get to that $2,500 a month well before you hit the rank, most definitely. But this will build that stability and build a long-term business structure to where it will be built on a solid foundation, okay? Now, with group volume, like I was mentioned before, now group 1, group 2, group 3, most often, or not most often, 2 of these will be most likely in the same leg, okay? So this is not 3 legs. You're still building your 2 legs. It's just say group 2 and group 3 happens to be in your right leg, okay? And all this is saying is that volume, okay, if you're going for the 10,000 volume rank, which would put you at silver for 10,000 in group volume, you can't take more than 40% from one leg, okay? So in this example, you'd be completely balanced to where you would be able to take full advantage of the group volume you brought in, okay? So the key is to, sponsor people, build a very solid, stable business long-term. Okay, now residual rewards, like I said, this is kind of stuff that takes a few months to mature. What residual rewards are is every time someone reorders a product, okay, whether it's an affiliate, whether it's a customer, okay, because we have those fast start builder rewards, we have the CAB bonuses that are paid up front. On the reorders, okay, they're going to take those extra commissions that they were paying on the bonuses and they put them in the residual rewards plan. This is a great advantage for us to go build. In the binary part of our comp plan, there's many companies that's basically their whole thing that they have. With us, they've bolted on some extra pieces that really help us build a long-term and build a nice residual check. Okay, so what happens on a reorder? Let's say it's $100 for simple math, and you have 4 personally sponsored affiliates. Okay, so on that $100, 80 points go into the binary because you have 4 personally sponsored affiliates. But they take that whole $100, okay, and they take 20% of that dollar amount. So they're going to take $20 and put that in to the residual rewards, okay? So 20% of the actual purchase price goes into the residual rewards, and then you get paid out generations based on your rank. So the reason why that announcement yesterday was important, why we want to jump on today, is that rank does matter when it comes to maxing out the residual rewards and the check match part of our comp plan. So the example that we were talking about, which was gold, means that if you hit gold, you're going to get paid out 5 generations of residual rewards. Okay, now a generation is as follows. Everybody you personally sponsor is level 1. Everybody they personally sponsor is level 2. Everybody they personally sponsor is level 3, etc. Okay, so at gold, you get down 5 generations. Now, 20% of $20 would be $4. Okay, so I'm going to do some simple math for you to really help you out. So those of you that are taking notes, I would definitely do this. And this isn't perfect for everybody, but this is how my mind works, and most people think this really helps simplify it for them. At the end of the day, this does not matter. It just happens naturally in the back office. Thank goodness for computers and technology. We don't have to go in and calculate it. But if you want to get your mind around it, that's what today is for. So 20% of the $20 would be $4, okay? So the simple math is 20% of 20% would be 4%. So on your first generation, you get 4%. This one doesn't allow me to write on it, or I would. So 4% generation 1. You get 3% generation 2 through 5. And then you get 2% generation 6 and 7. Okay? 4% generation 1. 3% generation 2 through 5, and 2% 6 and 7. I'm just taking one step of the math out. So over time, this is going to be about a 2.5% bump in our pay. Okay, it doesn't seem like a lot, but let me tell you, I came from a company where my wife and I had incredible success there, And I'm a huge numbers person, so I'd always analyze my payout. And I average about 2.5% in that compensation plan. Okay, this is the extra piece of our comp plan, okay, where that was literally what I was making in the comp plan. And so this is very, very powerful. So it is important that you go build towards these ranks, build with balance, build with stability, because the company is going to reward you for it heavily, okay? The other thing I love about residual rewards and our check match is that we have something that's called dynamic compression, okay? And this is something that probably will not be easily understood. It took me a long time to get my mind around it. So what compression is that when you're getting paid on 5 generations, okay, at gold, let's say that this person here on generation 4 is not active, okay? They didn't place their order for whatever reason. Well, that means that generation 5 would roll up to 4 and 6 would roll up to 5. So pretty powerful, right? You're not missing out on any compensation. The problem is that this person on the 6th generation, let's say that there's not a gold within their 5 generations, right? So this extra 10% is not being paid out in the comp plan with just about every company out there in this industry. What happens is this excess in the comp plan that doesn't get paid out because people aren't in that certain rank within the generations, that goes back to the company, okay? I call this breakage. So with a dynamic compression compensation plan, it doesn't matter where someone is in the compensation plan, it goes and finds that next gold. So you might have someone on your 20th generation and there's not a gold between you and them. That means that 20th generation is going to go up to you. And so that would be your 5th generation, even though it's the 20th. This is powerful, okay? I have a really good friend, a mentor of mine in this industry. He's made multiple 8 figures in the industry. He was with the company for a long period of time that had dynamic compression, and it's very rare in this industry. The company loves breakage. They love that excess coming back to them. He had a woman on his team who was at a good rank, but was at a lower level rank. And she called him up one day and she's like, you know what? I have to tell you something. I hate making this call because I love the commission I'm getting, but I think they're paying me too much. And he's like, well, I appreciate your honesty and integrity. Let's have the company do an audit. And sure enough, they were paying her exactly what she should. What it was this dynamic compression was rolling up to her. And so she was getting paid on really, really deep generations because this is something that's very powerful. So it is important that you do put a focus on this, okay? Whether it's gold, whether it's emerald, whatever you want to get to, okay, write it down, put it on the board. If you don't completely fully understand it, get with someone in your support team, get with me, I can walk you through it. But it is important that you go and build towards this because it could turn into some amazing things for you down long term, okay? This right here is awesome. Companies don't do this. It's very, very, very generous, Paul, and his team, okay? So with the matching bonus, I'll move on to the next piece. The matching bonus, same thing. It also has dynamic compression. Okay, so what I just went over there, it also factors in with matching bonus, which is huge. And the check match is my favorite part of the compensation plan. I love numbers. I love comp plans. Love looking at them. Love breaking them down. Love figuring out how the best way it is to go win and go maximize it. But I also love comp plans that create the right behavior. And this most definitely does that, okay? When you're a manager at a corporation, you get paid to help other people win, other people have success, right? In this industry, we do the same. We get paid to help other people have success. But when you have pieces of the comp plan that you're really directly tied to helping other people go win, the company is paying us to go mentor other people, for you to invest in other people, for you to go jump on that call with them, for you to help them jump on the training on Saturday morning, even though they may want to be doing something else, for you to help inspire them. Like the company is paying you to go do this. We have a 7-generational check match. What they do is they take 50% of the team building rewards, okay? So for example, Marshall and Brenda, they're diamonds in our company. Which the diamond rank, they make at least $10,000 or more a month. If I would to have personally sponsored them, they would have been on my 1st generation, okay? In that case, let's say they made $10,000 this month, okay? So they take half of that, 50% of what they made in the team building rewards part of the comp plan and put it into this. So they take $5,000, and then from there, you get paid based on what rank, but what level they're at. So if they were on my 1st generation, okay, I would make $1,000, which is 20% of the 5%. 20% of the 50%, excuse me. Okay, if they're in my second generation, I would make $750, okay, because they're in my second generation, which would be 15% of the 50%. And I'm going to do the exact same thing for you that I did in the last one. I'm just going to simplify the math. So for those of you that are taking notes, once you get past this section here to silver, okay, first generation, you're going to make 10% on your check match. 20% of 50% is 10%. On generations 2 through 5, you're going to make 7.5%. Okay. On generations 6 and 7, you're going to make 5%. And this has dynamic compression. So you may be getting check matches if you're gold on people on your 20th generation. So does it make sense for you to invest into your team and you to jump on the calls and you to help them, remind them of, hey, we have a training call coming up, or we have this amazing promotion that we have going on today coming up? Like, absolutely, the company's paying you to go help them win. This is huge. You don't have to understand the residual rewards or the matching bonus. It happens naturally. You don't have to place people certain directions. Everybody that you personally bring in will go on your generation 1 of this matching bonus. Doesn't matter if you place them on your 100th spot in the compensation plan or the 1,000th. That's all generation 1, and it all happens naturally. But this is powerful for us to go build a long-term business, these two parts of the comp, and can really, really lead you guys to some long-term success here, and build a legacy company. My username that I have with this business is Legacy, because I want to go build a legacy. When I saw this comp plan, I said, we can go build a legacy here based on this product we have and based on this the compensation plan. There's leadership bonuses as well. It's like Marshall and Brenda at the diamond rank, 1,000, the double diamond, triple diamond. This is something you can grow to. This is not overnight. This does take time, but just more rewards that they reward to those for you to go help your organization. And then the top rookie bonus, I'm not going to go over that today because it's for the people that start in the first 30 days, but they take $5,000 and they spread that out amongst people who are in the rookie bonus. So a lot of different ways we get paid to lead you guys to some success. And I know we normally do these at 30 minutes. I'm going to keep going because I wanted to go into just what it looks like in the back office. So let me log in real quick. And I have this set up just as a dummy site for training purposes. So it's an actual position, but it's not my position. Let me share the screen. Okay, so when you guys first log in, for those of you that are new, you'll see this e-wallet pop up. Do that first and foremost. It definitely saves you a lot of time. This is how the company is trying to get you paid. If you don't do this in time, it can definitely cause some delays down the road. So definitely go through that process. And there's a good training in the back office as well that you can go through that. But in regards to placing people like I talked about, I'm going to go over that next. But the first thing you want to look at every time you log in is this section right here. This is just your dashboard, okay? First thing I look at is, am I active or is my affiliate active? This one says no. Like I said, it's just kind of a dummy spot for training purposes. And then qualified. These two are different. Like I mentioned in the comp plan, active means that you have a personal order or you have a customer that has a personal order, okay? That gets you active in the comp plan. Qualified, okay, means that this is in the binary part of the comp plan, the team building rewards. This means you have a personally sponsored on your left and a personally sponsored on your right in the comp plan, okay? So those two are different. Active, you have to be active, okay, to get paid for the upfront commissions, the Fast Start Building Rewards, the CAB bonuses. Okay, qualified means that you have an active personally sponsored on your left and active personally sponsored on your right. So very important, okay? Look at that first and foremost. To see your team and to see who is on your left leg and your right leg and who's active, you go to My Network on the left side and click on Team View. This one doesn't have anybody sponsored, but you would have seen all your personally sponsored affiliates in Generation 1. You'll see active, it will say yes or no, and then it will tell you if they're on the right side or left side. So to be qualified, you got to have at least one active in the left and one active in the right. To max out the team building rewards, you got to have 4, okay? 4 that are active, and you got to have at least one on one side, okay? So always check that to see. I check that all the time just to see what people are doing. If someone goes out of active status, I can reach out to them to say, hey, what can I do to help? How do we get this thing rolling for you? Really, really make it simple for you. The next thing that I look at is if you click on this group volume button right here, this is going to tell you all the stuff that you need for rank. So it tells you how many customers you need for the next rank, how many personally sponsored affiliates you need, what you need to earn in the team building rewards. The first rank is star, and you have had to have earned $20. So you got to have 200 left, 200 right to make that first rank with the company. And then this group volume section will show you all your different personally sponsored affiliates and their group and the volume that comes associated with that. And so this right here, group volume button, really, really helps you know what you need to do for rank, okay? Now, in regards to your team and what your team looks like and knowing where to place people is going to be here in genealogy. So my network and then genealogy. First thing you want to do is you want to make sure you change this from auto to left or right, okay? Now, obviously, in this case, there's a few people on the left side, which means I would do auto right, okay? And so if someone were to go to this website and they enroll, it would automatically place them on this right side that we're looking at on the screen, okay? So you want to set that where it is, but even with that, I still go personally sign my people up. So if I have someone that says, hey, I'm ready to get going, I'm going to come here, put them where I want them, click on that button, and then I'm just going to click open registration form and walk them through the process. Occasionally, I have somebody that wants to do it themselves. That's okay. What I'll do is I'll actually copy and paste this into an email or to a text message and send them the link, okay? So I know they're going exactly where I want them to go. And this takes out all the guesswork. This will really simplify your life. You have to talk to customer service if you do this the right way. 100% always make sure you do this the right way. Now, for my philosophy, I always go sponsor outside right or sponsor outside left. The reason that is let me show you this example. So there's some people on the left leg in this example, okay? If I were to go and have a new affiliate and say I put it right here in this position, okay? It's going to help this person and this person with their business, okay? But if I go and put it down here in this spot, it's going to help this person and that person and that person and that person. It's really going to help a lot more people set up for success. Well, here's what I get sometimes. Well, this person right here, that's my cousin, and she really needs the help. Great. My philosophy is go set up a lot of people to have success and win. You'll make more money, and if you need a write her a check, write her a check. Okay. And why that is because if I can go help create a good win and help build a leg for people, okay, that gives them the ability to really focus on one. And you will most definitely have a lot more success from your whole organization. On top of that, if you place here, and this is a new person, right? Well, guess what? You just now have a new person in your business. And then when you sponsor someone new, now where are you going to put it? Okay, you just went from building 2 legs to now you're building 3 legs. Okay, and building 2 is always much simpler than building 3. And so I always recommend bottom right, bottom left. You'll set people up for more wins. Now, to know where to put people based on volume, if you click on the My Rewards section, this is where I always tell people to go. Click on My Rewards, and what you'll come and look at is your left balance and your right balance, okay? Come look at left balance and right balance. If you have a left balance that's greater than your right balance, well, I'm going to come put them on my right leg. If I have a right balance that's greater than my left balance, then I'm going to go put the person on my left leg. And it really is that simple. So wherever I have the lesser leg, I'm going to go see what the volume's here, and then I'm going to put bottom left, or I'm going to put bottom right every single time. Well, you'll see here, this is left new, right new. We get paid weekly, and our weeks end Saturday at midnight, so it'll be tonight at midnight. And then we get paid 2 weeks in arrears, so we'll get paid 2 weeks from now, and the money shows up into our e-wallet on Monday. All the stuff that comes in. So if you have 700 that comes new left and 500 that comes new right, okay, well, we get paid 200, 200. So 400 would be deducted from your left, 400 would be deducted from your right, and you would have a balance of 300 in your left, and you'd have a balance of 100 in your right that would come over here to balance. And then the next week, you would take the balance plus what comes in new, and every time you get 200, 200, you create a cycle. So this left cycle, right cycle, they'll always be exactly the same, okay? The other thing that's great for you guys to notice about this page is that these dollar amounts, they're hyperlinked. So if you want to know exactly the detail of your pay, you click on this button here, and it will come in and show you everything that's coming from it. It will say Fast Start Builder Rewards. It will say Team Building Rewards. It will say Cab Bonus, Residual Rewards, Check Match, and you can actually see where it all comes from. It even gives you the source that it comes from, so you can look up the affiliates number based on what that is. So lots of tools here for you to come build their business. This is where I spend most of my time. There's a lot of great info here, but this is where I spend most of my time. From the rewards. The one other thing I want to point out before I'm going to open this up is this My Support button here in the bottom left. If you click on that, okay, what you'll see is, and it must not, oh, I'm not logged in because I don't have an account here, but in this bottom right section where you see the mouse going, okay, once you're logged in and you have an account here and then it's live, this is where live chat is, okay? I've been on live chat a bunch this week. It is absolutely amazing. It literally has helped my life dramatically, you guys as well. So when you have a question, whether it's support, whether it's on someone you signed up or something you've done, the first thing I recommend for you to do is come here, look for the live chat. You need to get logged in and signed up within this Prime My Body support. But this live chat will pop up, and it is absolutely life-saving. It's been really great. They've been fast. It's answered a lot of my questions. They weren't able to handle it right then. It got turned into a ticket, and then we could email from. But that's absolutely huge, and I think it will save you tons and tons of time. It's still kind of in beta test now, so definitely be patient with them. But literally, it has been life-changing for me this week for sure. So definitely know that isn't it. Usually just shows up right here. I think it's because I'm not logged in, or maybe it's because it's Saturday. I don't know all the hours as of yet. So that's the comp plan. The key is, okay, there's a bunch of ways we get paid. Here's what's important for you to focus on. Okay, invite people to our calls. Okay, share the videos, share articles about what we can do. Use your PMB Pulse app. In fact, I am going to share one more thing real quick. We have a lot of resources in the back office. I only touched on a couple of them. Let me wait till this goes up, goes away, so I can find my other tab to show you where some of the other resources are. Okay, resources here, there's docs and forums, there's your certificate authenticity. Sometimes you get asked for that for people to show you what's in the product. Frequently asked questions. There's a lot of other good things. This is where you go to set up your auto delivery. But if you click on My Prime Life HQ, the top left, there's some other great trainings and resources that really help out. Like, for example, every time I get someone started, I say, you need to go watch the training on the PMB Pulse app. Like, I use the videos a lot. It tells you when they open the video. You can see how much they watched the video. Makes following up a cinch. We trained last week on following up. When you know someone just watched the video, guess what? You know when to follow up with them. Hey, what did you like about that? There's education on the hemp oil, FAQs, the different batches. There's a training on how to set up auto delivery. Okay, and then this getting started training is absolutely huge and crucial for everybody that gets started in your business. 100%. Everyone's got to go through that. I've gone through it again a couple times because it's very good. A bunch of resources, affiliate forums. Sometimes you need these for things, the presentation we have. So a lot of different stuff in here. Just know where it is. Events. We have 2 big events coming up. I know a lot of us on the call are in the Texas, Oklahoma area. We're having one February 24th here in Dallas. This Allen Super Saturday. Okay, so just coming up here in a couple weekends. If you're within driving distance, we have this starting at a 10 o'clock start time, so you can drive in. So if you're in Oklahoma, load up your car, bring your team, come in. We're going to have a phenomenal training, and this is going to be one of the deeper trainings that we've had at the company. Paul's going to be here. JT's going to be here. Double Diamond Brian Pugh. I'm going to be here helping as well. Really training on the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s. We're going to do an overview at first. So if you do have guests, bring them. And then from there, we'll go into training on how to really kind of build your business out. But it'll be great. You'll get to meet everybody that you want to meet. Definitely make it there. Also, the 3rd in Colorado, a leadership summit. Dr. Shade will be there. I'm 99% sure that we're going to learn about our new detox product there. Substantially, I know people have already scheduled that in. So if you can make either of these or both of them, most definitely schedule to do that. They'll both be absolutely phenomenal. Get there. Get connected. You'll learn an absolute ton. So just wanted to point that out there. And hopefully it didn't go too long for those of you that have stuff to do today. But I have a call in 15 minutes, so I do have to kind of limit to that, but let's go ahead and open it up for questions. If you have a question, just go ahead and unmute yourself and go ahead and ask.
Nick, this is Linda. I'm
Hey,
driving.
Linda. How are you? Be safe.
This was great training, and you just really make things clear. I have a chiropractor that wants to get in, but doesn't want to necessarily build a business in terms of recruiting people and that kind of thing.
Okay.
The question that he has is it better to have them as retail customers or as preferred customers? Because, at retail, he makes the retail profit.
Yeah.
And so it's harder for him to visualize making the money with the other way. And if he's not really building the business, he might, get people that become customers.
Does he want to have the product at his office and sell it from his office, or is he more wanting that? He does?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's going to make the biggest margin from him buying packs. So if he were to go in and buy a premium pack, whenever he needs product to come in, that drops the price substantially. In fact, what I recommend for people to do, is if there's someone that, maybe in his office that wants to be an affiliate, sign them up. He can take the bottles. That way he gets the discount on the price, plus he'll earn the commission on the bonus. If he gets someone that wants to go build a business, great, but he's getting the bottles at even a deeper discount because he earns the commissions. And that way that will maximize. And if then from there, whatever price he wants to sell them at, he'll make the most money there in that situation. Does that make sense, Linda? I think we might have lost you. Does that make sense, Linda?
Sorry, I'm muted. Thank you so much. You did a great job, and I appreciate you answering my question.
You're very welcome. Any other questions?
Yeah, Nick, we registered a big pack last night. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
you. Got this doctor on board, and it was the spinning wheel of death long after. And I wasn't sure if we went to live. I didn't know about live chat was live. So with the weekend here, and we were trying to get him with the bonus pack and all, what do we do next?
Did you check his card? Did it actually charge his card or no?
Well, we went to redo it, and it said this account is already active.
Yeah, they save that affiliate ID when someone does go through the process. So the biggest thing I was having double check his credit card to see if it was charged. If it was not, then go redo the process. Pick a new username. Those usernames that they save, just to save it for them, they'll drop off here in like a week or so, and you can go back in and put that name back in if he does want. But have him check his card, make sure he wasn't charged. If he wasn't, then go back through the process. I know we've had a lot of orders coming in because of promotion. I don't know if that was what caused it or not. But yeah, have him check his card. If he wasn't done, then go through it again. If he was, then just hit up Mary and say, hey, Mary, we're not seeing him in the tree, but he was charged.
So to get to Mary, we avoid live chat and go.
Yeah, and something like that is that. So like say he was but wasn't, you just email Mary at primemybody.com. You only do that on cases that involve something like this, whether it's a charge or something that's an issue on charging it. So, okay. But yeah, live chat's been faster than anything. So I don't know their schedule yet because it is new and kind of in beta. So if I see that pop up, then I hit them first before I do anything.
What do you see pop up? I've never
You'll just see live chat. It's just new. But on the bottom right corner when you're back there, you'll see it will say live chat. It just I wasn't logged in because that's my dummy account. So
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And hit me up on that if you have any questions later.
Okay.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, how are you?
Hi.
Hello.
Good. Last night when the announcement came out or yesterday when it came out from Paul, one of my team called me last night, and she hasn't done anything yet except a recent transaction with the company after her first pack. But on the thing that came into her, she has a record. They have a record of earnings that she had with them, and she hasn't got any earnings.
Okay.
And
so that's probably because she hasn't set up the e-wallet. Normally, when that's come up, that e-wallet that pops up, yeah, that's how we get paid. If she hasn't set up her e-wallet account, There's no way for them to pay us. And so I'd have her go set that up. And then once it's set up, she can send a message to support and say, hey, sorry, my e-wallet wasn't set up. Can you actually trigger to release those funds yet?
Oh, okay.
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 And that will
Okay.
handle that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions at all?
Nick, this is Dr. Dixon.
Hey, Dr. Dixon, how are you?
Hey, on our area that says in our thing, it's settings, my orders, and it says my points. Have you gone over what my points are? I'm not clear as to what that is in that area. Are you familiar?
I know with what you're saying.
It's where your settings are, and it says my orders and my points. It's kind of like the next icon down from where your main page is, your main back office page. When you're
So I see my account, my settings, my orders, and then my points.
Yeah, the my points is what I'm asking about. That one just showed up recently, and I looked at it, and
it's definitely not.
It has a lot of It has a lot of people that are in my binary that I didn't personally sponsor, but it kind of, the way I'm gathering it is, it's the points that each of those individuals are generating in the binary program.
Okay. That's the first time I've noticed that. Like you said, it has new. So I'll have to look at that. I'm guessing that maybe that's just tracking our total rewards points that we have overall, if I had to guess, but I haven't looked at that. I'll look at that and I can hit you back on it and what I think it is.
Okay. Yeah. I just noticed it too. That's why I brought it to your attention.
Okay.
I think it just showed up in the last week or two.
Let me see. I'm in my account now. Yeah, I don't know.
And to let you know that problem I had last night, I went in today and I was able to order. So
okay, you were? Okay, good.
I think it was probably there were so many orders coming through that it just wasn't going through.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I'm looking at mine too, and I don't understand it. I have 6,000 entries, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'll figure that out and get going. So cool. Thank you. Any other questions at all? That's good. No comp plan questions? That means that it was good and it made sense? That's like one in a row.
Training again, because the latter part, I need to hear some of it again.
Yeah. On the check match and the residual awards, that's where I usually lose people. That happens naturally. You don't need to focus on that. You don't need to build towards that. The thing you need to focus on is get your 2, get your 4, and then work on keeping your trees balanced. If you need to put people in one tree, add them to that tree. That's literally where your focus needs to be. The residual and the check match, you're going to learn that as you go. You'll start understanding that as you go, but it's not something you need to focus on. It's something that just completely happens natural. It's just like an extra bonus. It really, really it just happens. So when you focus on building your structure of the tree, which it's simple, outside left, outside right, outside left, outside right, outside left, outside right. I mean, literally, when I train on it, it's from the movie Hitch, Will Smith. Okay. You stay right here. Okay. You stay right here in the middle, outside left, outside right. And wherever your lesser leg is, after you look at your rewards, that's where you put them. Okay. If you live right there, the comp plan, all those things will really take care of themselves. And then you just work on building towards your goal in see, I talk too much. I'm losing my train of thought. In your rank advancement. So if it's gold and you need 6 active affiliates, you need 4 customers, I believe, you need group volume of 25,000, build towards that. And the other will take care of itself.
And the group volume is what you specifically have brought on through people you've been.
Yep. I mean, there'll be people that will beat the silver rank and will be making $10,000 a month in the team building rewards. It's going to happen, right? And what Paul wanted to do is to create something that for those people that continue stuck in and built with stability, built with balance, were to get extra part of the comp plan. So the residual, the check match is just extra on the comp plan. But yeah, group volume is anything that comes from you and that you've personally sponsored in your organization.
Okay.
Good question.
I have a couple quick questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the rank thing, when you do rank, is there any is there any sort of email we get or something that lets us know that we ranked, or just be paying attention to that and make sure we're filling in all the
just be paying attention.
The blanks,
if you look in the back office where it says group volume, where it says under my network and group volume, it will tell you what you need to hit. They're working on a lot of things in the back office as we speak. We just upgraded our email system because some were getting delivered to the junk email. So they've upgraded that to really help with that. We're going to have a lot more alerts as people enroll, as people hit ranks. We will get alerted right now. It's just more kind of manual. But as this thing gets built out, there'll be a lot more notifications that pop up. So good question. Yeah, it's not there where they want it, but they're working on it.
Okay. Yeah, I ask mostly for team because I would hate for someone on my team to rank and they don't get recognized,
100%. Right now, it's just,
just
kind
being
of
able to do that. And of course, they're probably.
Yeah, I mean, right now, it's
I'm
more
just
of a
saying
buddy
they're probably
system.
not going to tell you oh, by the way.
Yeah. Well, so we want to communicate with them and let them know, talk to them. I mean, when you go in and hover over them in the genealogy, you can kind of see where their points are. And then it also is a really great thing. I think because technology is so amazing nowadays, we kind of rely upon it and we're not as much touch, you know what I mean? Like communicating and talking. So I'm the ultimate optimist. That's something you'll definitely learn about me. I want the alerts more than anybody. And I've worn them out for 6 months on saying, hey, give me more alerts because I want to recognize people just like you are. But it's also created an environment where, hey, let's talk. Where are you at? What are you doing? And we want them to reach out. Hey, they and then let us know, and so we can recognize them. So it'll be a little bit more personal touch to get that right now, while they're adding those pieces to it.
Hey, Nick.
Yes.
Right.
Is there any way to find out when people on your team are close to becoming inactive?
Currently, no, that I do not believe, and that's another thing that they're working on adding as well.
Okay, great.
It will tell you on. If you go to the My Network and then Team View, it tells you there when their enroll date was. It tells you there if they're active or not. That's the place I believe that they're working on putting it to where it will tell them the date of their next ball that goes out. So that will be something that should be coming out soon.
Good. Thank you.
So I have another question, Nick, about eWallet.
Okay.
One of my gals is having problem signing into it. And says, what do I do when the system will not allow you to set up the eWallet? Can I receive checks instead? Yeah, eWallet does checks. I went in and I couldn't see where you chose text when I was helping somebody set up the other day.
Oh, to receive text messages? Yeah, in the settings, it does ask you if you want to be email or text. It does.
No, checks.
Checks. Yeah. To get paid with?
Yeah.
When you have the money in there and you click withdraw funds, from there you get a pick. I get checks. That's what I get. I don't get it to a card. Mine go to a check.
And will it be back direct deposited soon?
I know that Paul's been working on that. He was hoping to have that done by February. I think he has a solution he's working on, hopefully very soon.
Okay. Thanks.
Oh, I just noticed this. Julie, you are unmuted. And I think someone just said they're about 5 minutes late. So I got about 5 minutes for anybody who has questions. But you're unmuted, Julie.
Okay, can you actually hear me?
I can actually hear you.
Okay, cool. Well, the reason I was saying maybe not is because it's a little bit off the beaten path here, but I was just listening to everybody and how you were talking about the one doctor and signing up somebody in their office, and then he buys a big pack under them. So I signed 3 people up this week on the promo, but 2 of them I signed up and I bought the pack underneath them. But I bought the pack underneath them because, and I want to encourage everybody, you're probably already doing this, but I reached out to all of my team and all of my people who maybe couldn't afford